us to check in. How are you doing today? I am here joining you live on YouTube and on TikTok because we got goals and time doesn't wait. That's what we're talking about today. Time doesn't wait, and neither should you. Every moment you waste doubting or delaying is a moment you could have been winning. Let me tell you that again. Every moment you spend doubting, you step complaining, you spend delaying is a moment that you could have been winning. So, this is what we're talking about today because, in order for you to finish this year winning, you've got to make sure that you are checking in. So, this midweek check in is doing this, that. It's just allowing us to reclaim our focus. And now more than ever, we've got to reclaim our focus because there's so much going on and we can easily be distracted if we're not careful. And that's why it's so important that you take the time to lock in now, to refocus and recommit to your goals, to show up and to decide that you're going to do the work. So, this midweek reminder is the time that you are spending to realign yourself, right? So, this is your most valuable currency, your time. So, you got to be mindful of how you're spending it, who you're spending it with, and what you are learning and appreciating and experiencing by spending the time with the people that you're choosing to spend the time with. And that's what we want to talk about because your time is so valuable and it truly is your currency. You think about going to work, you are spending time literally helping someone else create their dreams, right? In understanding that your time is your currency, you can't get back yesterday, right? But you can own what's left of today based on how you move, how you show up, how you stay intentional about achieving your goals. Welcome in, Coach Sandy B here. And I am on this journey right with you because I got goals. So I can't be worrying about yesterday because today still has time in it for me to execute my plans. So when you think about how many days are left in a year and thinking about how you will spend them, you will agree that time is ticking very quickly. So we're not waiting for the new year to get ready, right? We are preparing now. I just had a meeting for an event that's occurring next year here in Atlanta because if you got goals, you are already planning for what's next. We are in the lock-in season, but we're building that momentum. So by the activities that we're doing right now, it is leading us closer into our goals. And that is exciting, but you've got to be able to lock in. You've got to be able to show up and be intentional. Are you committing to do the work? Because that's what it's about. So I'm just doing my part in sharing this live so we make sure the people that need to hear and know what's going on, they are locked in because this is the season that we're in. This is the season that we're in, and you must know that your goals matter. And so, because they matter, you've got to show up to achieve them every 90 days. Sometimes you don't feel like showing up. See, procrastination is a dream killer. Let's be clear, my friends. Procrastination is how we delay our destiny. So if you desire to do something, you don't have time to delay. You don't have time to feel as if you are not good enough. You are not perfect. Those doubts and those fears, you've got to let them go because you want to move forward and achieve what it is you desire. And understanding that there is no delay, there is no second guessing. You've been building up the confidence. You've been doing the work. We've been continuing showing up. Welcome in. Welcome in. We got people coming in on both places here on YouTube and on TikTok. And I'm Coach Sandy B, and I'm here to let you know it's time to lock in for your wins. It's time to show up with intention to do the work that you desire to do. And this is the thing. Procrastination is how we delay our destiny. So it's no time for you to procrastinate. It's no time for you to delay the work that you're doing. It's time to lock in and be intentional. A lot of people are talking about locking in, but it's more than just a phrase you say. It is the action that you take. It's how you show up consistently, even when others aren't looking. This morning, I was out doing my 8 a.m. walk, and I was just enjoying the beauty around me. I was enjoying the deer that were grazing along the path. And I was thinking that this is so beautiful and so peaceful. Whatever I was concerned about, it quickly left just being outside, even though it was brutally cold. It was about 37 degrees, but I made sure I bundled up, and I just wanted to be with nature and just think about all the things that I am looking to achieve and just take some time to have the peace. And that's what you must do in order to move past the distractions that seem to be all around at every step. When we are being intentional about achieving our goals, there will be obstacles and challenges we will no doubt go through. But will you will you allow for yourself to remain committed, remain focused? And this is why I'm telling you, procrastination, I hear it all the time. I meet people at different events. I meet them going live, going into different communities and looking and building with people. And that's the number one thing I hear, that, you know what? I desire to do this, but I just procrastinate. I really need your help, but I don't know because I have all this stuff going on. You already talked yourself out of making a change. If you want it, you're going to make the time for it, point blank. So you've got to be clear. If you're not ready, well, don't come, because if you're ready, you're going to do the work, my friends, because in order for you to achieve your goal, you got to do the work. So you must be real. Procrastination is how we delay our destiny. It's not laziness, it's fear disguised as comfort. Are you procrastinating even though you know you got work to do? Every time you say later, you train your brain to delay your blessings. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We got everyone in the building, our YouTube fam, our TikTok fam. We're showing up because we believe in our goals. And that's the thing. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your goals, you cannot allow delays to get you frustrated. You cannot allow changes that are occurring to get you frustrated. You've got to stay on path. You got to stay aligned. And for me, I've got some big goals. And so I can't get distracted. A lot of times we get caught up with what other people are wanting to do, and it is not going to help us move forward because we have our own goals. So you got to make sure that you are not telling yourself later. We can easily say, you know what, I'm tired. Later, I'm going to do this. You've got to train your mind to get what you want instead of training your mind to delay your blessings. You can't delay your blessings and think you're going to win. Welcome in, welcome in. If you want to achieve your goals, you're going to have to lock in, and you're going to have to continue to show up. You're going to have to continue to do the work, because if you tell yourself later, you're training your brain to delay your blessings. And I know you want your blessings ASAP. I don't know about you, but I want mine now. So drop a heart if you're done letting fear disguise itself and waiting for the right time, because my friend, the time is never right. You've got to take action now. If you believe in your goals, you got to lock in. And so that's what we're talking about. In this midweek check-in, I'm letting you know that the time is now. Thank you for being here, my friend. The urgency is what you've got to consider. When you move with urgency, you move with intention. So what are you being excited about? What are you putting in that effort in right now? Remember, we're in the fourth quarter, so there should be some urgency in what you're working on and what you're looking to achieve. And you've got to be clear about what you want and why you want it. Welcome in, fam. We're coming live on the TT platform, the TikTok platform, and we're on YouTube here because we're clear about achieving our goals. We're not allowing delays to stop us from achieving our wins. Thank you, my friends, for being here. Thank you for showing up and being intentional, because that's what goal getters do. When you move with urgency, you move with intention. You got some intention about what you want to accomplish. You're being clear about what you need to get done. I just went to a meeting yesterday to prepare for opportunities that aren't going to happen until next year, and not until the second quarter of next year. But it's so important. We got to start preparing now. Us Entrepreneurs, we got to take the risk. We got to be in the know. We got to be ready to go. So here's the thing. I've got to make sure that I'm staying focused. I'm not an employee. I am an entrepreneur. So I am taking risks. I'm showing up each day to do the work. And so because I chose this path, I cannot be swayed. I've got to be intentional. And guess what? I'm walking every day by faith because it ain't easy. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Thank you for that heart hands, because that's how I want to achieve my goals. And I'm telling the people that I'm coaching right now, get away from the distractions. We're having specific discussion about what's distracting you in this moment. Because when you move with urgency, you move with intention. So if you're not moving, we need to understand what's keeping you stuck, right? Because if you're not moving, you're staying stuck. What is keeping you stuck? This is what you have to ask for yourself. Because here's the thing. You may not need to rush, but you definitely need to move, my friends. How are you moving with intention? A goal without a timeline is just a wish. Are you just wishing for things to happen, or are you taking action to get them done? I got goals, so I naturally know I have to show up and be intentional. So that's why I created my school community, not only to help the people that are in all these different places where I am, right? I want to bring everyone together in and let's build together because we are goal getters. That's what it's about. So understand, a goal without a timeline is just a wish. And we don't wish here, we win. Let me say that again so you understand how clear I am about achieving goals. We don't wish here, we win. That means we lock in. That means we stay focused. That means we ask the questions, we get the support, but we don't stop moving with intention for our wins. Are you moving with intention for your wins? Are you just kind of going through life? Life is too important. Things are too crazy for you to just sit there and just be going through. Any way the wind blows, you're moving. You got to be clear about why you are doing what you're doing in this season. Why are you showing up here? We got some people here on our TikTok platform. Why are you here? What do you want to accomplish? There are so many ways that you can choose to show up and be intentional about what you want, but you got to be clear, or else you're not going to be able to achieve the things you want. Or you maybe will be frustrated that other people are doing things, but you're not locked in for what you need to do. You don't need to compare yourself with others. The only person you are competing with, my friends, is yourself. So how are you showing up? I want you to think about, what can you do today that your future self will thank you for? I love that question. And I love asking it of my coaching clients, because this is allowing you time to really think about how you're moving. Are you just haphazardly doing things? Are you strategic? I'm extremely strategic, and I am always checking in to say, okay, is this the right thing I should be doing? Is this the right thing I should be spending my time on? Is this the right project to engage with? Is this the right community to be a part of? I have no problem saying right now is not the time for me to be a part of this community and move my way out, because you've got to be clear about where you're going. You don't need to be doing everything. And sometimes it can feel that way if you spread yourself thin. So think for yourself. What can you do today that your future self will thank you for? And then you want to audit your time. Where is your time going? How are you spending your time? Welcome in, Coach Sandy B here. And we are live. We're live on the TikTok app, and we're live on YouTube because we got goals, and it is the midweek. So that means we're checking in. We're talking about how we're doing. Let me know where you are in the chat. Let me know how you are doing today. It's a winning Wednesday. So you are spending your time here with me. So let's be honest. Where are you leaking time? Where are you spending time and it's not fruitful for you? Welcome in. I'm Coach Sandy B, and we are in our midweek check-in. And we're talking about how we're using our time and the urgency that is this moment. For us, we all are seeing things changing around us. Are you changing though, my friend? Are you growing? Are you stretching yourself in this time? What is it that you desire? I would encourage you, whatever it is, be intentional about it. Be honest to yourself. Are you spending time leaking? And when I say leaking, that means you are spending time that's not fruitful. How are you spending your time, and how is it helping you move with intention? to achieve your goals. You got to be honest. Where is your time leaking? Is your time spent scrolling? Is your time spent overthinking? Is your time spent waiting for motivation? Because here's the thing, the motivation is only going to come when you take action. When you do the work, when you show yourself that you are committed to what you say you're committed to, that's when the motivation will come. See, you can't fix what you won't face. And a lot of time, we're afraid to face those things. It could be that we are fearing the future. We haven't even allowed ourselves to understand what we can do, but we already decide that we are afraid, we are fearful, we won't take that step. It's like you say, you know what, I can't do that. Someone else can do that. You know, people love to compliment me and tell me, you know, wow, you have a podcast and you've had a podcast for all these years. Wow, I wish I could do that. I could never do that. And you already counted yourself out. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. How are you already counting yourself out? How do you know if you can do it if you never try? You can't be saying that you're not going to try because so-and-so failed. So-and-so is not you. If I would have listened or followed what other people did, I wouldn't be here 5 years later, almost 6, actually. I wouldn't have been here because there are people that started way before me that I met when I was starting my podcasting journey, and they have stopped for whatever reason. And I'm still here chugging along because I believe in me. And as I learn, it's like as you take another step and you learn some more, amazing things can happen. But you got to decide that you will take a step. But if you're afraid to face things because you feel it's too fearful and you're too scared, you're not going to achieve things. You got to step out on faith. And maybe you need to get with someone like me, an accountability coach, because I help you move from that intention to taking action. Because procrastination is that gap between what you desire and the actions you're taking. Are you ready to take action for your wins? Are you ready to be intentional so you can achieve your goals? Well, you got to show up, my friend, and you got to show up and do the work. See, discipline is how you pay back your time. Discipline is how you pay back your time. Are you being disciplined in what you desire? Because that job that you go to and you make sure you clock in for, you're showing up and being consistent, right? But do you really like it? Maybe you love the job. Maybe you want to be there. Great. That's awesome. If you are happy with the cap that is made on your funds by working at that job, maybe you have multiple things going on. Great. But if you desire more, this is for you. If you're good where you are, great. But if you want more, that's the people I'm talking to. That's the people that I'm interested in, because so many people are complaining. And I'm here to tell you, complaining ain't going to help you achieve your goals, fam. Locking in is having a strategy, having a plan. Do you know what you want? And do you know why you want it? Whose life is going to be changed by you locking in and doing your work? Because the time is now for you to make that happen. Do you want change in your family? Well, it starts with you taking action and being intentional. This is how you are going to move things for you. This is how you're going to make change for yourself, by locking in. I want you to take some time and I want you to do some homework. I got some homework for you. I want you to write down your top 3 daily distractions. And I want you to think about what you can do to make sure that you can eliminate them. I want you to practice. If there's something that you know that's a distraction for you, set some time aside. Maybe you need to cap the time you spend on some things. You know, you can't be complaining that you don't have time, but you're not being mindful of how you're spending your time. That's why I'm encouraging you to do an audit. You got to be clear about what you want. And this time, there's no more delaying. So many times we are feeling as if we can't do this and we can't do that. You can do it. Oh, I don't have time for this and I don't have time for that, because you've allowed your time to be given to everything else and everyone else except for what you want. So then you continue to put yourself on the back burner. These are the women and men that I talk to, that I help move forward. They are high achieving women, right? High achieving men. You've been achieving some things, but have you been achieving the things for you? Because what I've noticed and what I've experienced in my life, a lot of times we can be busy helping other people, busy doing things, definitely be helpful to others. But what about pouring into you? What about making sure you are aligned? You have the tools you need to help you on your journey. If you haven't taken the time to even know what you want, how can you ask for help? Truly, how can you expect for someone to help you if you're not clear about what you want? So how about you take some time to get clear about what you want? Think about how you are spending your time, and you got to be honest, because the only person you would be lying to is yourself. You've got to be honest. If you want it, stop talking about it and do it, so you can prove to yourself that this goal, this thing you say you desire, is important to you. Because time, my friends, is of the essence. Time is something that you can't get back. So you have to be able to lock in now. See, a goal without a timeline, we talked about it, is just a wish. You can wish all day, but if you don't do anything to move from that wish to actually creating the reality you want for yourself, it's just a wasted thought. It's a wasted time. Welcome in. So what time are you putting to achieve your goals? What will you be able to get done in these next couple of weeks? It's just a couple more weeks left in this year. Will you look at this year as you end the year? Will you look back at it and think about how well you've been doing, how well you've been locking in, how you were able to collaborate with some people and achieve some things? Are you going to look back and say, I missed so many opportunities because I chose not to show up, because I allowed fear, because I wasted my time? You got to be clear with yourself. That is one of the worst feelings to have, to know that you were the hindrance for you achieving your goals. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're the only one that's in control of your life, because you can't complain and blame other people. I mean, you could, but I mean, how is that going to help you? Instead of finding reasons why you can't do things, you can choose to find reasons why you can do it, and starting with why. Why do you want to do the things you're doing right now? Why is it that you have this wish that you got to take some action on? What do you want to accomplish? If not now for you, when will you make it happen? This question, when I ask it of my clients, it's sometimes a hard question, because so many high achievement people have put other people in front of what they truly desire. And so as you get older, you look around and say, okay, they're good, they're good, they're good. I'm not good. I help them get good, but what about me? I see this a lot with people who are in corporate, who, especially Black women, who have given so much of themselves. They're always show up. They're always there when people need help. They're always the person that gets called, right? When are you the priority, my friends? I can tell you a secret. Well, it's not a secret. I can tell you a story. So, as many of you know, some of you don't, I have over 25 years of corporate accounting experience. I actually stopped counting. And so I love accounting. I have 2 degrees in it, undergraduate degree, an MBA with a concentration in accounting. I love accounting. But I love Sandra too. And I started seeing back in 2020, the writing on the wall. Actually, I started seeing it in late 2019. See, accounting is about having certain standards and following those standards, right? There are laws and guidance that help accountants do their job. And so I started to see things changing. And then in 2020, during COVID, like right early in COVID, I was let go from my corporate accounting position, as so many people were, right? So I decided that that was a great opportunity for me. I took my package and I moved on to the next. And so the next looked like me going full force with my podcast, but also I went to go get my coaching certification because I had been coaching people for years and I really understood the power that I had. And then I wanted to hone those skills, right? You ever start doing something and you realize, you know what, I really like this and I want to take it to the next level. So that's what I did with my coaching. And I'm so glad I did it. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. Nothing in life is easy. But has it been worth it? Absolutely. But I remember being in corporate thinking, Lord, I'd be in my office praying. And I had the little corner office. I was in the office praying like, Lord, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. You've got to show me a better way. Maybe some of you do that when you're at work. And I can't imagine right now being in a corporate environment because since then, what I do is I'm grateful that I've been able to contract. So I have different companies that I work with here in Atlanta. If there's an opportunity that fits what I'm looking at, I'll go do a contract. But I am not interested in being your employee anymore. I'm interested in growing my 90 Day Wins business and my podcast. And so I said all this to tell you that I know what it is to desire to want something else. I know what it is to give your all. I mean, they used to call me the fixed asset queen. I was able to implement a lease accounting guidance and combine companies, a lot of corporate accounting jargon, but just know I'm good at what I do. And that's why people hire me to come in and to fix things with mergers as it relates to assets and leases. Like, that's my baby. I know that stuff. But here's the thing. What I'm really excited about, well, it used to be my baby. What I'm really excited about is helping people achieve their goals. So whether I'm in a corporate setting and I'm working on a contract project, people talk to me. And what I do is I don't waste my time. I don't waste my time with frivolous conversations. So when people share with me their desires, of course, I'm going to tell them to go get it. So imagine employees coming to talk to me and say, how are you able to do this? Because I believe in me and I put in the work. It is not easy. Anything you do, whether you're an employee or whether you're an entrepreneur, it requires you to do the work. But the thing is, who are you doing the work for? And how are you making sure you show up? This is what it's about. Being clear, knowing that the time is now. And here's the thing, you don't need to rush, but you need to move. Maybe there's something you can do this year that gets you closer to your goals. Do you want to start that business? Well, start it. What are you waiting for? It's never going to be the perfect time. You got to take that leap. I remember I started my business, but I still was working in corporate. I still was doing the things I need to do. Sometimes that meant waking up really early in the morning to record a podcast episode, but I was committed to do it because guess what? I'm a goal getter. So I'm going to do the work, even though it was a bit tiring. But then I had to decide, okay, how am I spending my time? And this is what I'm asking you to do right now. I figured out where time was leaking. I couldn't scroll all night. I couldn't spend so much time on the phone with the girlfriends just chatting. I couldn't do that. And yeah, maybe other people were upset. They wish I could be there, but I can't be concerned about what other people are doing because they don't have the same goals that I have. They don't have the same focus that I have. So they wouldn't understand the work that I'm putting in to achieve my goals. But some of those same people who are upset because Sandy didn't have time to hang out and Sandy didn't have time to do this with them, those are the same people looking at me and saying, girl, you've been locked in. I see the progress. I see I come on YouTube and you show up. I see you on these different podcasts. I see you going to speak over here. I see you doing what you desire to do. And I'm still here being miserable and still not knowing what I want to do. If not now, when will you figure out what you want to do for you? When will you make your dreams and your goals a priority? That's what you got to answer for yourself. No more of the days where you're just sitting down, wishing and praying. You got to put the action in. A goal without a timeline is just a wish. And we don't wish over here, friends. We win. We win because we show up and we do the work. We win because we believe in ourselves. We win because we know there are going to be challenges. We know there are going to be obstacles, but we are still going to move forward in spite of them. So the question is for you, how are you showing up? Are you done letting fear disguise itself as waiting for the right time? You know, you tell yourself all these excuses. You're waiting for this to be in place. You're waiting for that to be in place. You're waiting to learn that. I used to do that. And that's why it's so important to have a coach. Welcome in, because you know what my coach told me? You got it. You got the understanding, you got the know-how, you got the training. Go out there. Stop delaying. Welcome in, Coach Sandy B here. We're on the TikTok app live and we're on YouTube live because I got goals, fam. And so listening to my coach and her telling me the time is now, Sandy. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop thinking that you have to have this crutch of corporate because you could be here today and gone tomorrow. Welcome, good afternoon. And so I had to decide, just like I'm encouraging my clients, I had to step out on faith. I had to say, I trust in me. I had to say no more of me feeling as if this job was going to be the thing that was going to help me move forward. Because what I learned as I moved and I grew, moving to different companies, you're really just a number. And so you do your work and then you move on to the next thing. So when we understand that, you know, so many people right now are in limbo. So many people right now with this shutdown. And so the thing is, you may be feeling really disrespected. You may be feeling as if like, you don't have any worth because you're going through these things. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. That is a lie. Don't allow those things. You have amazing skills and you have skills that allowed for you to be in this position that you're in this position that you may be furloughed for. Now's the time for you to seize opportunity because there are opportunities everywhere. Do you guys know that millionaires are made during these times? Pay attention. There are a lot of people that are secretly just doing the things, taking care of their business. And I can tell you I'm one of them. So when I go to these meetings and see these opportunities, and I love that I am connected to people here that understand what I'm looking to achieve. So if there's a meeting and I'm not there, they're letting me know, girl, I got this information and I got to tell you about it. Atlanta, I know my people and they know me. So they look out for me and they let me know here's an opportunity. I do the same. So best believe when I came out of that meeting yesterday with a great opportunity, I was calling my friends, say, let's talk about how we build. I got some notes I'm going to share with you. If you want to go far, my friends, well, you better lock in with some people because you can go fast by yourself, but if you desire to go far, you got to get with the people that are doing the work so you can build with them. But you got to know what you want because if you don't, you'll get caught up doing things and it's like, well, I didn't really sign up for that. So clear communication is important. And you've got to be able to step up and say, you know what, I got a question. I don't understand how that works exactly. And I'd like to learn more. Thank you, my friends, for being here. You don't need to rush, but you do need to move. Do you understand that time is of the essence? You've got to lock in now because time is tick, 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 ticking. It is going so quickly. It was just October, and now we're already almost at the middle of November. And then you think about the holidays and all the other things that's going on. You've got to make sure that you're intentional about the time that you spend. I have lots of podcast episodes that I've recorded. I have a few more that I need to complete for this series. And I have tons of editing that I'm actively doing. So really, I don't have time to sit down and scroll. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to leak. When you audit your time, you really will see how you're spending it. Are you spending time in places that are not serving you? You got to be clear about how you're using your time. Maybe you need to pivot some things. I'm pivoting some things. I'm making some changes because I desire to achieve some things. So when I think about, okay, this is not quite working for me. How can I tweak this here? How can I make some change? Let me talk to my friend. She's been doing this. I just got access to this. How are you showing up? How are you making sure that you're not allowing distractions to get you off your game? How are you making sure you're asking those questions to those people that can help you? Because that's what you want. You got to be honest with yourself. Where are you leaking your time? Welcome in. Are you scrolling? Are you overthinking? I was having a conversation with my daughter recently, and we were talking about Netflix, and she was like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "No, I haven't seen that." I was like, "I haven't spent very much time watching TV lately." And she's like, "I know, because I got goals." So when I do spend the time to watch TV or to watch a show, I'm doing it with her and I'm making it something that's enjoyable for me. We get our popcorn, we chill, we hang out, we talk about it, we mute it, all the things. But those are special times that I'm making because I've got too much I want to accomplish. And so I've got to make sure that the main thing is the main thing. And so the people that understand my desire and the people that understand that I am locked in to win, I can't be talking about achieving your goals and I ain't achieving mine because that ain't gonna work. So those people that understand that, they're like, "Oh yeah, she just over there winning. She just over there doing what she do." And then when you come tell me about what you want to do, I'm like, "Well, let's get it. What you waiting for? How can I help you? Who can I talk to help you?" I know some people that are in this industry. How you want to move? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. G7 in the house. See, you can't fix what you won't face. And so I'm moving with great intention and I'm encouraging you to come on the journey with me. See, here's the thing. This time is so precious. And so we want to take advantage of it. We want to be in position for the opportunities that are coming. You feel it. You feel the changes occurring. You feel the changes occurring all around you. How are you changing? How are you evolving? See, you've got to be able to fix the things you want changes in. You've got to allow yourself to be disciplined because that's how you are going to be able to use your time wisely. So I want you to write down your 3 daily distractions and how you can eliminate them. When my coach and I worked on this exercise, she gave me a deadline. So I'm going to just suggest for you, see how you can eliminate these distractions within a week. Maybe you take the time to say, I'm not going to do X, so I'm not going to watch that movie. I'm not going to watch that TV show. I'm not going to go live until I get the thing I know I need to get done. You got to make the things that are priority for you because they're important to you. So I naturally got to make sure I take the time to record my podcast and to edit before I come on live and just spend hours on days. Like I appreciate people that can just spend all the time scrolling or doing certain things, but that's not my ministry. That's not my that's not where I'm at. I'm locking in. So I'm moving in, I'm doing that, I'm letting my people know I'm here, but I'm locked in, laser focused. And it's okay to say, no, I can't do that right now. No, that's not a priority for me. That's you showing up and saying what you want matters. So maybe you don't have to be the person that does everything at work. And they love when the work woman, whatever they call them, you know, the people that are always willing to help and, oh yeah, I can do that when the manager asks. When you decide you're not going to be that person anymore, see how people respond to you. I remember, you know, I got a story. I remember I love to have get-togethers and I love to be able to create events and get people together. It's a lot of work, but I volunteered. I volunteered for our accounting department. And this included not only my team and the team adjacent to us, we had the auditors, we had a group of about 30 people. And so the controller asked me to put together this event. I had a couple $1,000s to spend here in Atlanta. So we had an amazing time. We did a treasure hunt. And so I found the company. It was so easy. We were on our phones. And so I broke everyone up into groups and I split up the groups so you get to know the different people in the different groups. So we had this treasure hunt. It was amazing. And then we went to a really nice restaurant. And, money wasn't an issue because they were giving me the money to use for this event. So everyone got their little treats. They got their Martyr card. We went on the Martyr and it was fun. We had an amazing time. This was years ago. So the next year it comes up and it's time. And so everyone's buzzing because everyone had a great time. Oh, Sandra, you did a great job. They call me Sandra in corporate settings, right? Oh, you did such a great job. Thank you so much. We're so appreciative. Everyone loved it. It was a really good time. Like we had so much fun. You get to bond with people. Think about it. You're in the office all the time. So you get out and we had some amazing places to go here in Atlanta on the MARTA. So we're getting off at the MARTA station. Many people that live up north, they don't get to experience MARTA. So it was different for them. And so all the things, right? It was great. Well, the next year it's like, well, Sandra, you have to do it. No, I don't. Well, Sandra, we need you to do it. I'm not available. I got other things going on. Get someone else to do it. Got an email, got calls. Oh, can we talk about this? You're so good at, I know I'm good at it. Get someone else to do it. You've got to be clear about what you want to do. And guess what happened? They ain't have no retreat because no one else wanted to do it. So you see how, not retreat, but an outing. You see what happens when you decide to say no. Now all of a sudden they can't figure it out. Oh, well, not my problem. I know I put together good events, but I refuse to be used. And so the thing is, you've got to understand how you're spending your time and what's important to you in this moment. That was just a simple example of how I choose to say, you know what? I'm going to take back my time and I'm going to use it. I did that before, but that doesn't mean I have to do it again. Someone else can do it. And they were upset. Is it my fault? You guys can't figure out how to plan this? There are 50 million other people in this department. You only want me to do it. Well, I'm not doing it. When you decide that you are a priority, things change and people may not be happy with it, but are you doing what's best for you? That's why you have to be honest with yourself. How are you spending your time? Where is your time leaking? Because if you are giving your time and your energy to other things and other people, you really can't be mad at them because if you give the time, they're going to take it. But if you allow for yourself to have boundaries, if you allow for yourself to say, okay, how am I spending my time and who am I spending my time with? Then you can look and decide for yourself what makes sense for you. But you have to take action. Welcome in. See, you can't fix what you won't face. And sometimes we're afraid to face the things that we truly desire because deep inside we may be dealing with fear. We may be dealing with imposter syndrome. And so you've got to decide for yourself, are you going to move by faith or are you going to move with fear? Am I talking to you today, friend? I'm talking to myself because as we move to achieve things, we've got to decide and really lock in and say, is this worth my time and my energy? Do I need to change some things? Do I need to tell some people I'm not available right now? If we don't teach people how to treat us, then they're just going to treat us however they choose. So you've got to let people know, you know what, that hurt my feelings. Or I didn't understand why this was occurring. It's okay to communicate. It's okay to decide that you are choosing you in this season. You are choosing what you desire. Maybe you've been raising the kids, right? Taking care of the kids, making sure they have what they need. But what about mama? Or maybe you, husband, have been taking care of everyone else, and it's time for you to lock in. Whatever it is, you've got to know that your time is so precious. It is such valuable currency that you can't get back. You've got to lock in and be able to do the work today. No delay. You show up and you be intentional because your goals matter. You got to know that each time you take a step forward, you're moving with intention for what you truly want. You got to be honest with yourself. Where are you leaking time, my friends? Where are you scrolling, overthinking, waiting for motivation? It's time for you to be intentional and lock in to get your wins. No more delaying, no more overthinking, no more procrastination. And if you need help on this journey, I'm here. I'm here, but I am serious about my goals. So by you coming to be a part of the 90 Day Wins community, you've got to be mindful that you got to do work. You're not going to be just sitting around. You're going to be taking action. You're going to be showing up because that's how you win. So today, if you are ready to come on the journey to achieve your goals every 90 days, because we don't just wish around here, we set a deadline and we honor it and we do the work. So we show up, we make sure we're accountable to ourselves. You got to be accountable to yourself. You can't keep telling yourself you want to do this, you desire to this, and you take no action. You got to take action. Thank you for being here, my friends. I just want you to know that you can move with intention and you can get the help you need. As an accountability coach, I help you create that plan so you can move from that thought to action. And taking that action leads to your wins. So today, decide you will win. Decide that your goals matter. Decide that you will be disciplined so you can buy back your time. Take some time to write down 3 daily distractions. Maybe you only have 2. Maybe you only have 1 distraction, but you decide for yourself what is the distraction and how you can choose to move past it to achieve your goals. Now's the time to be intentional, to lock in and to get your wins. Remember, time doesn't wait, and neither should you. Every moment you waste doubting or delaying is a moment you could have been winning. And we're all about winning every 90 days, right? So you've got to be committed to lock in. Know that your goals definitely matter. And because they matter, don't you want to give it all you got? It's the 4th quarter. Let's get it, fam. Let's lock in for our wins. I'm Coach Sandy B. And every 90 days, I'm here to let you know that we're putting in the work. It's not about being perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about progress daily. And as we move, get in that progress, we're building that muscle. We're locking in to achieve our wins. So today, commit to your wins. Do the work. Let me know. Send me a message. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you are making sure you are understanding that your time is so valuable. You are making sure that you are identifying the leak in your time so you can move with intention and get your wins. That's what it's about. And that's what I'm here to encourage you to do. Show up and get your wins. Until next time, let's get it, goal getters. Go listen to the 90 Day Wins podcast. We have exciting episodes coming out. So you want to be locked in to listen to or watch it, but be engaged, okay? Because we got goals to get, goal getter. Get your wins. Until next time, I'm Coach Sandy B. And I will see you later.